Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nadia and I blog at speakingofsense.com. I provide you with money management tips on a weekly basis, and today we are going to be discussing the topic that is closely related to all our lives. We are going to be talking about debt. This topic has many variations, but we are going to be talking about the very basic things that we can do in order to live a debt-free life. Being debt-free has been a dream of average Americans, but we are living in this lifestyle where we cannot escape debt altogether. No matter how much we want to break this system, it seems impossible. And most of us have accepted it as a part of our life, and some of us do not pay attention to how we can actually manage it in a better way. If this is something that you're struggling with, I would recommend you to subscribe to my channel so you can get notifications when I make more detailed videos on this topic. I would also encourage you to watch this video till the end so you can have the idea what I'm talking about and how you can actually live a debt-free life. Before going into the detail of the topic, where I would be discussing 5 ways you can live a debt-free life, I would like to share a few kinds of debts that all of us carry. A recent data from Federal Reserve shows that there are 157 million people who are carrying the credit card loans, and there are 44 million people who are actually carrying the student loans with them. These numbers are staggering, and the debt can be a mortgage loan, a payday loan, a medical loan, a credit card loan, or a student loan. When you hear all these numbers, your brain thinks, if it is even possible to live a debt-free life. I am not saying that it can be done overnight, but there are simple things or simple steps that you have to follow in order to become debt-free. I cannot tell you a set timeline that you're going to be debt-free in so and so time, but it really depends on the motivation that you have or the actions you take in order to reach this milestone. I will be sharing these 5 tips that have worked for me. I have been debt-free for over 7 years now, and these are just the basic things that you need to start, and then you can build on it. For some of you, it might not be possible to follow all these 5 things at one time, so start a little. Even if you follow one thing at a time and you go on the next one and then go on the next one, it will start showing you results. Small successes will give you motivation and will encourage you to stay on the path of financial independence and maybe early retirement. So the first one that I'm going to be talking about is a very basic one, and everybody needs to follow it if you want to achieve financial stability in your life. If you want to live a debt-free life, you have to stick to your budget. The term budgeting can easily be described as a way where you manage your income and your spending. Budgeting will happen when your spendings are less than your income. What I really mean to say is that you are successful at budgeting when the money coming in is more than the money going out. The easiest way to recognize if you are on the right path of budgeting and if you are doing it right is only when you are left with some amount in your paycheck after spending on all your necessary expenses. So you need to have some amount of savings left in your account after you are done with all the expenses with every paycheck. Budgeting is not limited to just groceries and these small things. Budgeting needs to happen in each and every aspect of your life. You cannot nickel and dime when you're buying groceries and you go ahead and buy a 60-inch TV when you already have one. The process of budgeting will only work if you are paying attention to each and every expense that is happening on a day-to-day basis. You need to have everything written down in front of you and follow it religiously if you want to save money at the end of every month. There can be some exceptions when you are budgeting, like if there is an unexpected expense which is very necessary, you can do it, but you have to stick to your budget if you want to live a debt-free life. The second tip that I am going to share with you here is very important, and many people do not realize it, that it is one of the basic things that they need to do if they want to achieve the milestone of debt-free life. What I'm trying to imply here is that you need to minimize the use of credit cards. Most of the people get caught in the convenience of using credit cards, and they use their credit cards even on small purchases. These small expenses add up, and in some cases, people are paying way more percentage in their interest than their original payment. The easiest way to go about is try to use your debit card or try to use cash as much as possible. This is a very easy strategy, but this works. When you're using credit cards, there is no actual money in your account, but you are just borrowing this money and thinking that you're gonna pay it off later. But when you're using a debit card or cash, you can actually control your spendings because you can only spend the money that you actually have. This will save you from a lot of debt, and you will get in a habit of only spending the money that is available to you at that time. The third thing that I am going to be sharing with you all has to do more with your mindset. If you're still with me, I would encourage you to watch this video till the end because I am going to be discussing 2 more tips that are very important if you want to live a debt-free life. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you can get the notifications as soon as the new videos are uploaded. Getting back to my third tip, this is very important and it has to do with how you feel about yourself. If you want to achieve the milestone of having a debt-free life, you really have to change your mindset. You need to be confident in how you are living your life. The lack of confidence is common in those people who are carrying massive amount of debts. This constant need of being accepted among their peers is actually hurting their financial well-being. You have to keep that in mind, that if you are doing all these things to make other people happy or to fit in, no amount of money will ever be enough for that. If you are not confident in yourself, there will always be something that you would think can make your life better. You cannot keep up with technology. You cannot keep up with anything because everything is changing so fast and the new updated stuff is coming out all the time. You have to get out of the mindset of keeping up with Joneses if you want to live a debt-free life. The fourth point is the one where most of the people struggle when they are on a journey to achieve a debt-free life. This can be a slow process and most of the people struggle with keeping up with it. For me personally, the hardest part was that when I achieved a financial milestone, I wanted to reward myself. It is natural for human beings to feel like they need to celebrate if they achieved a goal or a milestone in their lives. But you have to think that if you have achieved a financial milestone or if you have saved a certain amount of money, but you are going to spend the same amount of money in celebrating that achievement, then what's the point of doing it in first place? To keep up with the debt-free journey, you have to make sure that you keep saving these small amounts of money here and there and work towards a celebration that would be well worth it when you have achieved a big financial milestone. For our family, the big financial milestone was when we actually paid off our house and we went to a nice vacation after that. So find ways to keep saving this money and the celebration at the end will be well worth it. We have reached at the last point of our video today, and in order to live a debt-free life, you need to have a side hustle. It can also be called a passive stream of income where you are earning extra amount of money on top of your regular employment. Having a side hustle will ensure that you can manage any unexpected or accidental expenses happening in your life. Even if you have a very steady employment and you do not actually need to have some extra money coming in because you have your emergency fund in place and you are living a very good financial stable life, this extra money that is coming from a side hustle or a passive income can help you to start investing in different streams of income where the money can start growing on its own. I have tons of ideas on my blog where everybody and anybody can actually start a side hustle and start earning money on top of their regular employment. I will drop a link in the description and you can go and check those out. Some of these side hustles would require you to commit to a certain amount of time, but in some of the articles that I have provided, there are the ideas that are perfect for people who are on the run and who can do these side hustles while they are doing their day-to-day activities. There are so many service sites where you can go and register and make these small amounts of money while doing these small things, like you're waiting for your public transport, or you can just fill up these surveys while you're just watching TV. These are the effortless ways to make money and perfect for people who want to start a side hustle. You can grow your side hustle into a full-time business, but it really depends how much time you want to spend doing that. Keep that in mind, that people have converted their side hustles into a big 6 or 7 figure business when it comes to online digital world. Depending on what your skills are and depending on how much you want to earn from a side hustle, you can commit to freelancing, and there are tons of options when it comes to freelancing. And if you want to start an online business, blogging is the best way to go. These are the 5 basic tips that you need to know in order to live a debt-free life. Do not try to follow all these tips at one time because it can get quite overwhelming. But you can adopt these things one by one and start seeing results slowly but continuously. Becoming debt-free is a milestone that is not easy to achieve, but once you have achieved it, your mind opens up about all the possible things that you can do when you have all this money that is not going towards your debt. You can use this money to make your life better. You can use this money to go on a vacation. You can either use this money to invest in something that would work for your future. There are so many things that you can do with all this money when it is not going towards your debt payments. I hope you like the tips that we have discussed in today's video. I will be making more videos on this topic, and if you want to learn more, you are encouraged to subscribe to my channel and like my videos. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment. I would reply to them. If you want to read more about these kind of articles, you are welcome to visit my website. But this is it for today. I will see you in my next video. Thank you for watching.